Hello, everybody. It is so fantastic to be here today. It is Thursday, which is not my typical day to live stream, but that's okay. I've got some things that I need to do tomorrow, and everyone on the poll said do it today instead. Where's it coming from? Give me a second. Okay, figured it out. I had it open in a different tab that did not have the mute button on. Thank you so much for joining me live today. And I had one thing planned. And when I was working on the thumbnail for it, I thought there are so many new things to share. Maybe I should get online, do a live, and share some of those features. Some of the features may be things that you've seen on the channel before, but others are things that I've definitely never shared. So let's dive into this. And I've got 12 things on my list of potential topics. And I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. I am having a little bit of an ear issue today. So if you notice me like going like this, it's okay. I don't know what's going on. I just get random health things like that at times, but we're just going to work through it. I've got my water and I've got to say hello to that snazzy life. You guys, I've got a plan, and the plan includes something with that snazzy life. And before I dive into the new features, I'm going to show you what some of those are real quick in terms of what I'm calling them. But I want to answer that Snazzy's life question before she bounces, because I think it's going to make for a really neat, either a really neat live stream or a really neat video. So let me show you what those things are. Here we go. So what I'm going to talk about is, I'm definitely going to talk about the AI generator, but I want to know from you whether I should. Good morning, DRFA. It is great to see you joining us live from Nashville, Tennessee. I want to know whether you would prefer me to talk about the feature about finding the right colors to match a photograph or download small segments. So go ahead and comment in the chat, colors or download, so I know in my head which one I should discuss when I get to this slide. And then the next one, we're going to talk about sizing things at the same time by grouping them. It's an old feature, but there's something new about it that I want to share. And I'm either going to talk about finding things from past designs into current ones, or how you can name your projects to find them faster when you are looking for them on Canva's homepage. So when I get to this slide, I'm going to be asking whether you want past designs or how to name projects. And then a new feature that has recently popped up is downloading PDFs with your notes attached. So I'm definitely going to talk about that. It is something I've never talked about before because it is a brand new feature. And I absolutely love it. And so the other things that I want to talk about, or that I could talk about, are how to create a Linktree bio page in Canva, and also how to make a presentation into a video. So those are some things that we could talk about potentially. And then how to lock your video clips so that it stays the same size. And what are the downfalls to that? I really want to discuss this topic. I want to tell you how you can record voiceovers in Canva, like voiceover only in Canva. And better timing for video animations is rolling out to everybody. You may not have it yet, but I do, and I want to show you a little bit about that too. So I've got a lot of things on my agenda. My voice may not hold out, but what I want you to do is make sure you comment the things that excite you because maybe I can focus on those things. But let's see here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to star a few comments because I see some have come in. Uh, DR face is colors. So I'm definitely going to star that so that I remember when I go back to that page. Colors, organizational things, so helpful. So that was the naming. So I think you both said the opposite things. Link tree bio. Absolutely. I'll try to get to those three things for sure today. But the question that Sharon had, and let me pull this up. Let me find my star. Is this: how can I share a project with someone so they can edit it in Canva? And there is a reason why Sharon's asking that is because I've got an idea for a video where I take some of her thumbnails, right? Like she created a thumbnail, and guys, I'm gonna go off course here. Um, I'm gonna go to her page. Uh, do you have your handle yet? I'm looking. Yes, you do. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me get everything off my screen except for the screen that I want to share. Add to the stream. All right. So, in a Facebook group, Sharon was sharing a thumbnail. And the original one she shared was okay, but we all had some feedback on it. And she adjusted the thumbnail and then she continued to make adjustments. And wow, it looks amazing. So I thought that it would be fun to show the progression from her original concept to what it is now. And so in order to do that, I need her template. So she needs to know how to share the template with me so that I can potentially even edit it a little more. But I really like this iteration. I don't think I'm going to need to edit anything. All right. And is this something I should do more often, do you think? I think it would be fun. I might could create a like a Google. I know that Nick does these Google forms for Saturday to answer questions. Maybe I should do something like that with thumbnail templates. Just an idea. All right. So here we are. And I think what I'm going to do is remove Sharon's question and make it a little bit bigger. Now, it has been a while since I've done this, so it may take me a hot second to remember exactly how. But Sharon, what I would do is if you did yours in one project, I would just make a copy of it. That way I can't accidentally edit your original. Um, and I see a question, I'm going to star that and look at it. I may not know the answer, but I will look at it. So anyway, let's say that I was going to share this particular template with someone for them to be able to edit it. Let's see if I can do that with the three dots somewhere. I can. So I can go straight here. Let's see if I can make it bigger. All right. So I can get the three dots and then click share. Share this design. And anyone with the link can edit. Copy link. right? So now, this is even on a free account. I didn't mean to have that free account there. Hold up. Let me log into my other account. Continue with Google. Okay. So now let me pull this back up. I'm going to copy that link right here. And guess what? It's there for me to edit. Now, this is what I would do because I don't know if I edit this. So let me just take some of this off, right? So I took that off. If I go back to that other account, would it have taken it off my original? Let me look. Um, in order to in in order to hold up, my brain will get there. My brain will get the words. That snazzy life, for those that can't read the question on the screen, is do you have to let anyone with the link? Was concerned about that. Obviously, I trust you to share it anyway, but was concerned about sending a link to anyone that can utilize. Okay, so the project has to be in your Canva documents, right? Like if you remove that altogether, that link wouldn't be able to be opened. Um, what I recommend is making a copy of your project and then maybe naming it something like sent this out with a link, right? Um, and then the person opens it immediately, maybe makes a copy on their end, and then you can delete it. Um, it's just the kind of thing. But yeah, in order to be able to click edit, you have to be able to share it to anyone with a link, as far as I know. Um, there might be another option, but not 100% sure. Now, that snazzy life, do you mind if I say your name on camera? Because I don't want to do that if I don't want to do that if you're not comfortable with it. But basically, you can link it to me in the group if you want, or you can send me a DM through Twitter with the link, or you can click on my profile for the Creator Classroom uh, on Facebook and send me a DM that way as well with that link so that I can look at your project. But yeah, Sharon, that's good. I wanted to make sure. I am somewhat particular about it, but it's not as big deal now as it used to be. But I know that some people are very, very, very cautious. So but yeah, so if for some reason you wanted to make a copy of your document, just in case you don't know how to do that, what you would do is go up to File and scroll down and click Make a Copy. And then you would have a copy of your project that you could share, right? Um, but the question I had at the same time was, would, if I edited it in this account, would it change it in my original? And that's what I need to look, because I don't want to change. I don't want to change your original. Let's, I'm signing out. I'm going to my free account. Do, 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 do. Okay, and I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Okay, now let me show you what happened. This is why I recommend making a copy. Make a copy because when I edited this, guess what happened? It edited it in my free account. So actually, when I get your link, Sharon, I'm going to make a copy and then I'm going to make changes on the copy because I don't want to change your original one just in case you didn't make a copy in the back end. I did not think of that, but it's also a great way to collaborate between two designers, right? Like if you were having trouble with something, Sharon, and you're like, "Hey, Jennifer, can you look at my link or can you look at my design and see what's wrong? Can you help me?" And then I could potentially make a couple adjustments or make some options. And maybe, you know what? I think I just came up a way. Sharon, look, listen to me. I'm brainstorming here. Maybe I just came up with a way to make some money on this. My brains are rolling. So anyway, okay. So Sharon just sent me the private message. Sometimes I have good ideas. All right. So I will get that link. Actually, let me make sure. Let me pull me up. Let me make sure I've got that link because I know that you have to go. Did Sharon, did you send it through my personal one or did you send it through the Creator Classroom? Let's see. Let me open that one up because I'm not seeing a oh wait, huh. I'm not seeing it. The hamster wheels in my brain are rolling, rolling, rolling. That's right. They sure are. Sharon, I'm not seeing it, but we'll get connected after the stream and we'll figure it out. Surely. Surely we're two intelligent women that can figure this out. All right. So let me close out all of this. All right. How's it going today? I've not had too many brain moments. And you can also see what I mean by sometimes I have to figure things out and I don't always know exactly what I'm doing, but I tend to figure it out. All right. I'm getting my Canva back up with my pro account so that I can show some of these features. Now, I think most, if not all the features I'm going to showcase today are free, which is great for our free users. And I do have my screen set really large and Sharon's going to bounce. See, I see how it is. Get your questions answered and leave. No, I'm just playing with you. It's okay. Thanks for watching on the replay. And when you do watch on the replay, what I want you to do is comment your favorite timestamp. That helps me when it comes to timestamping later. All right. DRFA, you are now going to be, you're going to help my brain work. I need you to comment. Anybody that's watching and you're not commenting helps me a lot. And that's only going to help you out. All right, let me look at my starred comment. And the first thing we're going to do is go back to this. And let me go here. And I'm going to show you the AI generator. AI has taken over the world and they've taken over Canva. And I'm loving this feature, but there are a couple flaws and it's in beta. So I expect it to only get better. Let me share my screen and change the. I'm using StreamYard to, it's not a sponsored video. I'm using StreamYard and there are layouts that I can switch to make it a little easier for everyone to see. And to showcase the AI design feature, I'm just going to click social media and just choose a blank square post because the thing is going to show up square anyway. And over here on the left-hand side, there's one called text image. Now, if it is not there, let me get rid of all of these things. I like to clean up my icons every now and then because it helps me out. Oh, I can't remove that one anymore. That's can't remove those. All right, one of the new things. Oh, I wish I could move me. I can for a second. One of the new things is they've renamed more to apps, which is absolutely fantastic because it's more clear what it is. Before, you're like, more? What does more mean? Now it says apps, which means that there are apps within Canva that you can use. So, like photos, styles, audio, video, background, charts, logos, bulk create, which don't ask me about bulk create because I've not figured it out yet. Um, but you're going to scroll down till you see create something new. And this text to image app is you type in a description and it spits out a photo, right? So you just click it, it's going to show up on the side over here on your icon, and you can describe the image that you want. Now, the more descriptive you are, excuse me, the more descriptive you are, the better your outcome. So let's just take photo of magical forest city from the future as an example. Oh, Dr. Faye has a suggestion. So Dr. Faye says monkey at the beach. Now, I'm going to take monkey at the beach and I'm going to add to it because the limitations of text to image is that you can only do like maybe 20 a day right now. I don't know if that's going to expand, but I don't want to use all of mine. Well, I tell you what, we will do 5. I'm going to do 5. First, we'll start with monkey at the beach, and then I will add to it to show you the differences. So you can choose a style, surprise me, photo, drawing, 3D, painting, pattern, concept art. Which one do you think would be great to look at? Um, I'm going to click surprise me, but if you get in your answer in the next second or two, I know that there's a delay on the live stream, so I'm trying to give a second to see if there's a response from Dr. Faye before we move on, or anybody else that is watching in the background while I take a sip of water. Dr. Faye says photo. So monkey at the beach, photo. We're going to generate the image. Oh, I just realized that I'm still faceless, which is fine, but I do the live stream, so I don't have to be faceless. Now, It takes a little bit. While it's taking time, I'm going to drink some water. Wow, these are pretty good. And are they creating four? It might be creating four images for me instead of just two. Oh, it is. So I've only seen up to two images, but this time it gave me four. That's breaking news. So here are the options that they gave. And I actually find these pretty good. But here's the thing. So they're there. If I click one of them, DRFA, do you have a preference of which one I click? It doesn't matter because, I mean, look at this. So here's the image, and you're going to notice the uploads folder going. So now this is in my uploads folder. And so I can grab it later. If I click info, it's going to tell me Monkey at the Beach, uploaded by the Creator Classroom just now. And you can add tags, right? So I could add a tag that says monkey. I could add a tag that says AI. I could add beach. If I try to add monkey at the beach, it gives it in several words. So that's not how I would use that. It doesn't seem like you can type multiple things. You can even move it into a folder. So I could, let's see, I might need to scroll down a little bit, create a new one and create AI generated images. And I could add this to a folder. And that way I can go into my folders and grab all of the AI generated ones that I like. And you can do with it just like you would do any other thing. I mean, look at this. This is just amazing. And here's number 3. So you can double click it. It's just amazing. Now, if I really go in, the quality of the face there is not great. It doesn't always do faces that well, but it really is quite amazing. And in fact, what I might do, I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of these. I'm going to click all of them. And I think I'm going to do an image poll on my community tab about which one. And DRFA, if you've got a handle, if that is your handle and I can figure out how to tag you in the community post, I might do that and say DRFA in the live stream recommended monkey on the beach for, in fact, I don't like that one at all, really. I do like this one. So each time I add them from there, it's going to go to my elements tab. So let me go this. And while I'm here, I'm going to delete the duplicate there. Okay, I'm going to star that and I will look at it later. Or actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave myself some notes. And so down here at the bottom, notes, and now I can put a note. And so I'm not trying to show it. I'm just trying to like copy it. It won't let me copy it. Okay, I don't want to block you. Okay, let's see here. Tag DRFA in community post poll for suggesting monkey Was it monkey at the beach or monkey on the beach? Monkey at the beach. This is just going to give me a little reminder when I go to do that community poll. And then while I'm here, I'm going to show you the feature that I talked about in one of the slides about naming projects. So I'm going to name this one up here at the top. You can name projects. So I'm going to go community poll for 11, 10, 22. And then I'm going to put delete later because I'm going to be able to delete this one later. And that's going to make it easier for me. And for further clarification, I'm going to go to File and I'm going to save this to a folder. And I've got one called Can Delete Later. Well, why won't it let me just do that? So sometimes it has issues actually saving to folders. Let's see here. Delete. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I know. I bet it's because I've got it too big. I bet it's down lower. There we go. I had to scroll down. Save. So now it's in my folder and I will be able to look at it later and delete it as well. All right, let me go back to Texas image. Now, I'm going to start it again and it still has monkey at the beach, but what if I added holding an umbrella to it? And photo taken by Canon 80D. We're just going to be specific here. Whoa, what if we add hyper realistic monkey at the beach? So here we go. We've got a lot more keywords, and I'm just going to click surprise me and generate. Drinking a margarita. Good suggestion. I did not see it before I typed it in. So I'm just going to add a couple pages here because I might wind up, well, I don't know that I would call this hyper realistic, but it is holding an umbrella. Look, and they are creating 4. And I'm just left clicking the image, dragging it to the background. Ooh, that face really looks terrible. So yeah, I mean, it's just a fun way, but you could get carried away with it. And like I said, they do limit you on how many you can actually generate in a day. I think the limit is something like 20, but I'm going to show you. It does food really, really well. I did one. Let me go back and see if I can find it. I did not name this one. Let's, here it is. I mean, look at this. I think that my keyword, do I have my keyword or did I? Sometimes I will take, oh, no, do not delete. But it's just insane. I did not actually in that one take the keyword. Sometimes I'll take the keyword and I'll copy it like this one. I'll copy the keyword that I did and add it as a transparency. So this one was hyper realistic cheese fries with bacon bits on ceramic plate in 8K. That way I know what my keywords were to get it, but I don't always do that. So this one, hyper realistic tacos with nachos. And that's another tip. So what I would do is here's text to image, right? So, I mean, like this mashed potato one, it just kills me. Like it looks so realistic. And the funny thing is, that is absolutely. I mean, like it's just ridiculous. And this one right here, I don't remember exactly what I did, but it was something like ice cream sundae with blueberries. It really helps. And a yellow glass. And then I did photo, generate image. And let's see what it does today. And I'm just going to show you how I do the screenshot feature. And I'm going to use my Elgato Stream Deck for this because like screenshotting a specific segment. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. Look at this. You see what I mean? Like I could play with this feature all day long. Like all day. It's amazing. So what I would do is screenshot. And so I just press the screenshot button on my Stream Deck and then I select the image part that I would like to cover. And I don't know, I think that you couldn't actually see what I was highlighting, but here it is now. And so screenshot, hello, food bloggers, right? I mean, like, it's just amazing. Now, hopefully, they would be able to get an image of what they're actually doing. And I think Sharon, that Snazzy Life, I think she would be mind blown by this. So I'm hoping that she leaves a comment with, oh, like this timestamp around the 35-minute mark is amazing. So there's my screenshot. Now, I think that it's something like Shift Windows S, which is a snip tool, so that I could snip just the portion I wanted. So now I've got this and I'm going to send it down to transparency. That way later, I know exactly what my keywords were for these images. And when I download them, I'm just making sure I've got one on every one of them because it's transparent. No one would see it. But when I go into this later, I know what I searched for and I might be able to search for it again. I just like, wow. And here's the other thing, this could give you an idea for composition, right? Like thumbnails, like a thumbnail composition. Someone could legit go, oh, that would be a great thumbnail composition, right? Let's say they were making homemade blueberry ice cream. They could recreate this image that they got the idea from text to image and make that their own shot with their own products. I think that it is a game changer for YouTubers. And I mean, like some people may not look at like that, but I say think outside the box when you're designing thumbnails, when you're just designing anything. You just think outside the box. Like How many? I don't know. And maybe DRFA, you have an idea. How could I market my thumbnail for this feature to target YouTubers? Because I really don't know how to do that. Because I think if I just go AI image generator, I don't know that YouTubers realize how much this could help them. So yeah, you did. I promise I'm going to get to it. I'll look at it in just a second. I want to look at these other two things real quickly first that are on this page, and then I will look at that question. Thanks for reminding me. All right, so finding the right colors to match a photo. We're gonna take one of these photos, and it really helps to share my screen. I tell you what, marinate on it, think on it. If it comes to you, if it comes to you during the stream, let me know because I'm trying to figure out how to package it because I think it's a great idea. I just my brain's not connecting the dots quite yet. All right. So let's say that I was going to post something on, let's say, just an Instagram story, or if someone has over 10,000 posts, they could do this as a YouTube story. And I'm just going to grab Instagram story here. I'm a podcast producer, so I should be able to come up with something. Apps, yes, yes. Marinate on it, think about it. And if you think on it and it's after the stream, leave it in the comments so that I can get it. Um, it would, yeah. All right. So we're going to go to uploads and I'm going to grab one of these images. Should I grab one of the food images, the blueberry images that I just pulled, or should I use one of the monkey images, DRFA? While I'm waiting for the live to catch up, I'm going to take a sip of water. Food. All right. So let me take this one. Here we are. So I'm going to make this image and I'm just going to like do something like this. And let's say that I want this white to not be white. Let me make this a little bit larger. Let me hide this. By the way, just in case you did not see what I did, there is a little arrow here and you can hide the whole left panel so that it's out of your way while you're working. Down here at the bottom, there's a zoom feature, right? That you can really zoom in and look at things. All right, so here we are. And because I've got it at 160, it's a little off, but we should still be able to work with this. So, colors. What you can do is right click and apply colors to the page. And it is going to apply one of the colors from that image to the page. You can switch it around by keeping right click and apply colors to page. I actually find this a little bit easier in the mobile app, and there are very few things that I find easier to do in the mobile app than computer. But I still love this. And then it just picks up some of the colors within that image. And oh, that's not what I meant to do. If I had something else on it, like a rectangle, let's see if it picks up more than one color. It does. So you see, like if I had text or something on there as well, it would just choose colors that would work for it. And you can just keep shuffling things around. I love this feature. The other thing that you could do is click the color and scroll down and the photo colors are right here. So you could manually change it there as well. If you are in a Chrome browser, and I'm not in a Chrome browser, so it won't show me, but they're in a Chrome browser and maybe even Edge and the desktop apps and the mobile app. There's a little eyedropper too that you could manually choose. Let me see. Let me pull me up and I'm going to see if I can get a Chrome browser up on this side of the screen. I thought that I had originally was in my Chrome browser, but apparently I changed it at the last minute. While I'm trying to find it, I'm going to take a sip of water and then spill it everywhere. Oh, good. You know about the eyedropper. But just in case others don't, I'm going to show it real quick. So yeah, I could take this, go click the eyedropper, and then grab a specific color in there, and then it would change it that way too. But yeah, I just love the apply colors to page. I just think that is amazing. It's been there for a while, but it's not something I've really discussed in a lot of my tutorials. And I just thought, why not share it, especially since you said colors. And it's a really good way also. Let me resize this. I'm going to resize this to a video document. Let's go to video and we're just going to resize it straight up. I'm not worried about copying and resizing. And now this is going to be a video document where I can change things like this. And now I'm going to go here and add something. And the thing about adding colors to things, let me just grab this video. We're just going to pretend like everything's positioned right and everything. When I add that transition of color wipe, then it chooses some of the best colors that it thinks is going to work for it. And it pretty much chose it chose this color. So if this color had been something else, it might have chosen that instead. Let me remove it and then change it. Yep, it did. So just by having an element on your thing, you can change the color wipe easier to be matching colors. I find that really, really helpful. If you're not familiar with the color wipe transition, I've got a tutorial on that recently came out. All right. Let me add this back to stream. I'm not going to go over download small segments. I'm going to move on. I've talked about it in several live streams in the past. Real quickly, basically what that means is you can select a couple items and you can download the selection by itself. And I find this really specifically helpful when I'm doing my YouTube thumbnails and I download things with the transparent background. And then I can bring in, like, basically I do this with text. And so I love that. I love that feature. Now let me go back to the starred comments and see what I've been missing. DRFA, said colors, covered that. Organizational things in Canva. I sort of went over that when I talked about naming the file, but I did not deep dive into it. When I get to it on the screen, I will deep dive to it. Linktree bio page. I've not gotten to that yet, but I will. And then here's the question. I see the question and I already know that I'm probably not going to have the answer to it, but whenever I send an MP4 through email. I attached the file, but the attachment is invisible. It's only the file name. When you hover over it with the mouse, it shows an outline of a square help. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I sending MP4s through email or sending anything through email is not something I excel at. But let me see if there is a answer in the help box on Canva. And I'm doing this off screen just in case it doesn't show anything. Let's see here. Sending email, sending MP4 through email. Okay. I tell you what, I know exactly who you should ask. And I'm gonna give you the link once I can find it for sure. Carlos Tacos. You missed the AI generated tacos. I mean, I didn't do one today. I just showed one from the past. Um, I know. I'm gonna go to my own videos because I've got a link in one of the descriptions. Because I know exactly who you should ask. Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Or, like, I don't know the answer, but I know how you can probably get the answer. So I'm going to share that with you because I don't want to leave you with, I don't know. All right, let's see here. If I've got it in a description. I'm just making sure that this is the right website or the right contact for you. Live streaming, so much fun. Okay. Okay. I think it is the right thing. And I'm not going to show it on screen because it's got some information that I don't want shown on the live stream. But here's the address in the chat I just sent. And I'm also going to put it in, oh, actually, it's already in the description. So that page is going to say contact support, and it's going to have, you're going to want to do it in the account that you have that you're having the issue with. And then it's going to say issue category, and there's going to be a drop down menu. And what I would do is either put it under download, saving, and sharing, or none of the above. And then I would describe exactly what you described here, where you're putting it in your Google Drive, attaching the link to the email and the faint square. And they even have an option where you can attach a screenshot and choose the design that this is happening to and submit it. And depending on your account level, depends on how quickly they get to you. But I found even when I had a free account that they got to me really, really quickly. And the other thing that you need to know is sometimes Canva is down and there are issues. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. So And perfect. Thank you. I've got a pro membership. Fantastic. I love it. I have found that it really elevated my design skills when I got the pro. Not I I don't know what happened. It just like went out the so I want to give a little shout out. I did sort of behind the scenes, but Carlos Tacos, I am so glad that you are here. It's been a while since I've seen you comment in the stream. Let's see. Let me go to add to stream. So there's a website called canvastatus.com. And so yesterday, a lot of people were having issues downloading things, especially downloading MP4 and GIF designs and things like that. And it actually took them a while to resolve it. Thankfully, I didn't have an issue yesterday because yesterday I was hardly at home. I had appointment to get my hair done because it was time. And I can't recreate what my stylist does. So you will never see it looking as good as it does today, um, except for after another appointment. But there were issues yesterday. And so whenever someone sends me a message saying something's not working, my immediate response is go to canvastatus.com to see if there are issues. And if there aren't, then I recommend the reporting system, which is that link that I just shared earlier. Let's talk. You are my person. And what I mean by that is my best friend calls me the queen of puns. I can make a pun about just about anything. Let's taco about Canva. I love it. I'm going to star this to remind myself. I love that. And I think I'm going to go star a couple other comments. What I do after my stream, I don't know if you guys stream or not, but what I do after my stream to help me maybe in the future for different video ideas or whatever is I will take I'm in StreamYard, so I will take my back end. And depending on how many comments there are, I will screenshot all of the chat comments that have come in. If it's out of control and I don't have time, then I will screenshot the starred comments. And so and then I will paste them. Let me show you an example if I can find one. I'm going to scroll. There we go. Now, I'm going to hide this, show my screen. I go and I'll label one of my items live stream, whatever it is. So today I'll have one that says live stream 11 10 22. And I will screenshot the comments, right, that came in. And so, for example, last time, I am not a cat asked a very good question. Do you think Canva Pro will be discounted for Black Friday or Cyber Monday? I didn't know. But like I said earlier, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. So I went, oh no, am I losing my voice? I went into my Canva affiliate group. It's called Canva Champions. And I asked the people that either would know or would know who to ask. So she doesn't think that they're going to be offering a discount for that since the 30-day free trial is great. But she did put it in the ears of people that would know, and she's waiting to get a response. So I'm just waiting to hear from my person that will tell me whether or not this is going to be a thing. I'm going to pull this back up and go to the next page. So we talked about the AI generator. We talked about finding colors. I did a quick demo of the download the small segments, sizing items, finding past designs, and name projects to find them faster. Let's go over that real quick because it can be done real quick. We're just going to do this, and I'm just going to grab this one that I've already done. I'm going to delete this. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I do that too, Dr. I pay Canva the annual fee. That way I save money in the long run. And of course, if anybody's watching this and you are using the free version of Canva and you just want to see what the upgraded experience would be, to let me pull myself up on the big screen. If you are using the free version of Canva, I get it. I used the free version from 2015 to July 2021. However, I decided it was going to be worth the investment for me as a YouTube content creator to have the upgraded version because of all of the features that it allows me to use. And if you want to try that upgraded experience, which by the way also includes faster support time, um, then what you're going to want to do is check the description for a link, because I've got a link that will give you a 30-day free trial. And by the way, it helps me out a little bit and it doesn't cost you anything. So, yeah, let me see if I can drop that in the chat if anybody needs it. Oh, why can't I just copy? There we go. And like DR says, when you pay that annual membership, it takes some of the sting off, and then you don't have to worry about it for a year. So I paid for it in like July, or I signed up for it in like July 2021, and then I paid the annual fee in August. And then I didn't need to pay the fee again until August of this year. And if you work your channel right and you monetize, even if you're not in the YouTube Partner Program, and do affiliate links for products, Amazon's a really easy way to do that on another channel. We might get it. I'm going to have to put everybody on pause for a second. Hold on. I knew that I was going to start coughing and I wasn't going to be able to stop. So that's why I had to do that. I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, so like my other channel where I'm an Amazon affiliate for this other channel, and it hasn't done it yet, but it should make us enough money to cover for my Canva Pro for 2023. So just think outside the box in ways that you can make money, and you will be able to cover the cost of Canva Pro. And like I said, got a link in the description, and we're going to move on. All right, add to stream. Everyone can still hear me, right? I think I took the mute off. Size, items together, regrouping. All right, so let's say that you got some items here. And let's just say that you vary dessert. You created something here. We're just going to add an effect here. Not perfect, but you want to size. Yay! Great. I'm so glad you can hear me. You can size the items together, and you can do that by selecting both items. So I'm going to click this and blueberry dessert. And you can technically size them together just like that. But if you want to, oh no, I'm going to start coughing again. Hold on. Okay. I think it was just a winner. But if you want to move them around, size everything, then what you can do is right click and group. Now, there is a group button up here at the top corner. Let me change the layout here. There's a group button at the top, but I really like that you can now use the items on the right click to group because it's a little bit quicker. And there's also even some information about keyboard shortcuts that if you have a Stream Deck that you could plug into your Stream Deck and use. I use my Stream Deck for everything, and I do have an Amazon affiliate link, of course, in the description for one if you want to check that out. But I use it in Canva for shortcuts. I mostly use it for screenshot, copy, paste, those sorts of things. But I might have to add one for grouping and ungrouping as well. And so we just group that. Now I can move it around on my page and it stays together. And I can size it and it stays together. Do you see what I mean? And I didn't have to worry about positioning or anything else. I've got it exactly where I want it. I could even download this, like I mentioned earlier, by itself. So I love it. All right, let's see what was the next thing on the list. Finding things from the past designs. All right. This is super. Oh, nope, I do not want to add a new page. Over here on the left, and I can't make this any bigger, I do not think. Let's see. Yeah, I can't make it. Ah, that's probably why I was in Firefox. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, I'm looking to see if I can make it bigger because I want to make sure everybody can see this. Okay, yeah, this is bigger. So over here on the side, there is a project file. This used to be called folders. It's no longer called folders. It is called projects. This is one of the recent changes that they've made is it's called projects. You can still get into your folders that way, and you can add folders to your side icons that way. But we're going to add something from a project. So we're going to go to designs And let me look at my thumbnails and let's just look. Oh, I want to add this thumbnail. And so now I've got all of these elements that I used for this thumbnail, and I can use these elements now in this project. I could even scroll down and let's say that I wanted to use this gradient for the project, then I could just take it and now add it to the project. All right. So then I could type something over here, or I could even add a different image there, and it kind of gives it a cool look. But I just love that. Let's say that I scrolling down and went, oh, I know. Oh, I wanted to use one of these images. Let's use this taco image. I want to add it as a new page, and there the image is. And look, I can even, here's the trick that I showed earlier with the transparency, hyper realistic tacos with nachos. All right. If you are finding value in today's Canva live tutorial, then make sure you hit the thumbs up button. How was that call to action? All right, let's see here. By the way, Carlos, this was one of the text to image generators that I did earlier. Not today in this stream, but I showed it earlier and I showed how to do that little shortcut. All right. Name a project, find them faster. I talked about that sort of already, but basically, so I've got blueberry desserts, but I'm not going to be able to find it now. But essentially, what you can do is search your content. If you name your project, I think if I type blueberry in, it may not show it. But if you flip the switch from template to project, then it's going to give you the design here. If I click enter, it will give me anything that had that blueberry tag in it. So this one had blueberry dessert as the title. So because of that, I was able to find it easily. If I had not named it that and it was just the image, I probably wouldn't be able to find it that easily. I could remember that there was a blueberry in the project. Using the keyword blueberry in the title helped me find it. So you make sure you use titles that you can find. Let me go back here and I'm going to show you. So if I type in thumbnail, right, and I'm looking at my project, I can see some of the projects here. But if I click enter, it's going to give me all of my designs that had thumbnail somewhere in it. And even folders that I have the word thumbnail, images that I had that I downloaded from thumbnail. This is how I use that download selection for it. I use it to download my text so that I can create my text effects. So yeah, definitely use the name. By the way, if you have any questions, you know what? I've not rolled any banner today. So let me roll, let me roll a banner. Have any questions about Canva? Drop them in the chat or comments. And we're just going to move on. Download your PDF with your notes easily. This is an amazing new feature, and I am loving this. I'm going to see if I can find an example for you. Let me get annoyed because they keep making road construction and they do it when I'm live streaming, only when I'm live streaming. And apparently it doesn't matter whether I live stream on a Thursday or a Friday. Normally they don't do road construction on a Thursday. but today they are. All right, let's see here. I lost my train of thought. I mean, I know where I'm thinking. I'm just having trouble finding the add to stream. Here we go. All right, so you're going to notice that this is the PDF that I used for today's stream, right? If I click notes, you're going to see some of the notes that I made for it. Now, these are not extensive notes. I didn't make extensive notes on this, right? But I did make some notes. And it's basically just in case I got lost and I needed to do something. But you can download. Ooh, let me go like this. I'm gonna get rid of this and this and this. No. Okay. You just saw a sneak peek of a video I was working on. So we're going to click share and download. And look, so PDF, there is a button to click that says include notes. So I can download this. I'm not going to do it because I've already got it up. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to slide this right over here. And look, so it downloads a PDF for me. I can see what the image is, and I can see the little notes that I've made for it. And so I have this on my left-hand screen so that if I got really, 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 really lost, I could bring it up in front and then go, okay, I'm back on track. So it's just a great way to do things. And the max amount, let me pull this down. If you look down here, you can see 173 of 2000. So 2000 character limit per page. But you can pretty much type whatever you want to type on each page. You can download it. I love this feature. It's helped me so much. And it's even helped me with scripting regular videos because I've been able to download an idea with an image and then download my notes. And then I have it on one screen and then I'm recording on the other. And so then, because those videos are faceless, it doesn't matter that I'm sitting here looking like this and reading off a script. So let's pull this back up. Create a Linktree bio page website. I'm going to leave myself a little note in the back end here. Hopefully I'll remember to copy that. And we're going to go to the home page. I'm actually going to get rid of everything off camera. And then I'm going to see if I can find it. In fact, I'm going to show you that live so that you can see. I'm just going to type in website. Oh, I think I looked in the projects, not. So here's templates. I'm going to select projects. You can switch it just like that. And you see how this Canva tips and tricks said website? That's not it. Oh, here it is. So I did mine this way. And by the way, if I continue editing it, I'm going to need to publish it again. So I'm going to publish it again because I need to show you what I've got going on. But basically, I was able to create a website with a page, and all of these things I've got linked. So here's a video that I did that I wanted linked, and if I click this, it will link out to that video. This is an affiliate link for the Stream Deck. If I click, oh, I forgot. Look at that. I forgot to add the link there. Let me see. Huh. I'm going to have to fix that. Ooh. All right. I'm going to fix that off screen because I know what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to go ahead and fix it while I'm live because if I don't, then how come I can't get. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to, and I don't want to show it because it's got too much personal information. I'm going to my Amazon list. I've got one called Amazon affiliate links that I tend to share for different reasons. And I'm going to that Elgato Stream Deck. And then I'm going to grab my affiliate link. I bet it's going to be on sale for Black Friday. All right, so now I've got that. We're going to take it back. Remember, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. And I'm going to click this. I'm going to click the link here. And then I'm going to add that link to it and then click done. So now the website will be able to add the link. Someone will be able to click that. We're going to, oh, look, watch. We're going to ungroup this. I typically have them grouped, but we're going to link. Because I've got it so large, things are hidden in these ellipses. I don't know why I've got it there. Oh, I know why. I had it listed there on purpose, actually. Oh no. There we go. I had it listed there on purpose. It doesn't go to that. I mean, but I'm just going to leave that there. This actually goes to a different website. Let me show you. And it these will go to the Elgato Stream Deck. It's going to go to the Blue Yeti that I use. This is also a link for the other channel. So this is something that we did a review on that we've linked here. These are my office wheelchairs that I absolutely love. I highly, 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 highly recommend installing these wheels on a computer chair because they are amazing. I've had them like 4 or 5 years. I just love them. And so I've got all of that information there. And of course, I've got disclaimers everywhere. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. I just want to make it crystal clear that these are all affiliate links. And then, of course, down at the bottom, there is a designed with Canva. So I love this. My brain wouldn't work in there for a minute, but since I've got the picture here of the Elgato Stream Deck, if someone wants to click only that, then they can. And then for this, so this was underlined for me. I'm actually going to just ununderline it because I would prefer it not to be underlined. But people can click any one of these things. I've got a Facebook group. You can click there and the Facebook group will come up. This will go to Twitter. This will go to Facebook. This will go to Instagram. This will go to that tutorial. So every month I'm going to change out the tutorials. And this is an affiliate link for the free trial. And then I've got the disclaimer, this is an affiliate link, which means blah, blah, blah. So people can see that. So we're going to publish it real quick. So click publish. They've locked the design. Resize on mobile. There is a way to do that as well without navigation. I'm going to publish to continue. Yep, that's exactly what I want it to be. I just want it to be that, the creatorclassroom.my.canva.site. I don't want any extra at the end of it. And then website description. I could technically enable a password or hide it from search engines, but I don't want to. So I'm going to click publish and we're going to go see what it really looks like. View website. So the only thing I'm not going to click is this. But so this one will take someone straight to the, oh, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I'm going to need to fix that. See, this is why it's good to test your LinkedIn bio pages because that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to need to go back, edit the design, and I'm going to click this. It says that. So what? Okay. See, this is troubleshooting at its finest. We're going to ungroup everything, and I'm going to undo this. It says YouTube. It says YouTube. No. It says YouTube. Everything says YouTube. Why did that not? Okay, that time it went to YouTube. That's weird. Huh. If I click that, will it go to YouTube? Everything should go to YouTube. I'm just checking. Like, nobody should be able to click and go, maybe it was just, okay, what did I click there? I clicked this white background. I clicked the white background and it went to this. Why? Because it is there. So it, in fact, did go to the wrong place. YouTube.com/the creator classroom. Now, see, this is why it's good to check your LinkedIn bio because someone could have just gone to my project there. So now it's fixed. We're going to publish it again. Continue. Everything's done. Publish. How'd you like that live troubleshooting there? We're going to get rid of everything here. We're going to check everything again. View website. So now if I click that, will it go? Yes, it went to this. Now, if I click this, will it go to that video? Yes, it did. And this is a playlist of different amazing effects. Let me go ahead and share that with everybody in chat if you want to look at some of these later. Everything should be clickable. Everything should go to that. That one didn't. Why did that not go to the right place? I tell you what, I'm not going to work on this now. I'm going to finish this up later, and I will check on this all the way through, but I just, I'm glad that I did that. It just goes to show you should always check every aspect of your link, especially if you change things around like I did apparently. All right, so we're going to move on. And what I want to show you is that how to create it because I showed you what mine looked like. So up here at the top, you'll go to website and I'm just going to create, you can create anything you want. This is blank. Up here in the top, it automatically gives business websites, but bio link websites, here we go. So you could do something like one of these. For example, this one, if you just wanted a text image and make sure that you choose fonts that you can read. I'm not sure that this one works in terms of being able to read it. So we're just going to change it. But you would just be able to audit it or edit it and add your links to these things, these calls to action or change the calls to action or whatever. When you have things like this, you're going to notice that they are grouped and you can right click and ungroup them so that you can edit the text. Right? And you can even change the background, change it to something else, and whatever, and go through that process. I love the LinkedIn option now that we have for creating websites on Canva, and you can use this for like your YouTube description. You can use this in Instagram for your bio, direct people to that so that they can click different things. It's just amazing. What do you guys think? You've gotten very, very quiet. My stomach just started growling. Make a presentation in the video. I tell you what, I'm going to skip over that. I've actually done a whole live stream on changing uh, thumbnails to video. It's the same process. If you want that information, just ask me in the comments after the stream is over, and I will reply with that live stream that talks about how to resize from a thumbnail to a video. Locking the length of your video clips. I'm getting really, really tired. I wanted to spend more time on this, but I'm not thinking that I've got much left in me. So I'm going to show them as quickly as I can, and let me know if you want to in-depth either stream on it, like one of these topics, or if you would rather me do an edited video where I'm not rambling. All right, I'm going to find a project that I have first. Trying to find one. I've got to clean up my, I need to clean up, really need to clean up my homepage. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at so that you're not just let's see. Because I was working on this. Delete this later. This might be it. It's video. Okay. So down here at the bottom, you see how this is 2.3 seconds. If I add a video to it, let's say person looking at computer. Let's say that I'm trying to change out the video. if I add it like this, I'm going to left click, drag, and drop it. It's going to change from 2.3 seconds to 20.1 seconds. And then you have to manually adjust this back to 2.3 seconds if you want the same timing, right? Well, I'm going to undo that. What you can do is right click and lock the page. It is still editable. So I can left click and drag this here and it will stay at 2.3 seconds. Now I can't really do anything else to it. I can't edit anything else. I can flip it. I can do that to it. Um, I can crop it, but it's very limited in what you can do. But if you know what the timing is, then you can manually edit it to the 2.3 later. But I just love that locking feature, especially if I just want to quickly change what the video is and I've got everything else set. That transition didn't look right, by the way. Sometimes you're going to notice that the transition is really skippy like that. When you download it, typically that does not happen. It's just within Canva because it's cloud based and not directly on your computer. There are some issues with how it's played back, but it would be fine in on the replay, like in terms of trying to get it back because I don't want to lose this. This is one of the videos that I was working on actually. Um, and it's about 3 things to consider when looking at things on your thumbnails. I'm really looking forward to this one. My thumbnails don't look right. All right, I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm starting to be in a little bit of pain here. Record voiceovers in Canva. I'm going to need to be in Chrome. So I need to pull a Chrome window over. And pull up the stream. Everyone's just soaking this in, soak it all in. All right. You have a video project and you want to create a voiceover on it, like this one. What you can do, and I might not be entirely accurate on this because I've not played around with the feature that much, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to share with it on the live stream today, is there is a button called record yourself. So I'm going to click this and it's going to show me no camera because I'm using my webcam for the live stream. But over here on the right hand side, ooh, here we go. Over here on the right hand side, there is camera and screen, and just screen. Here is where your camera, the top one is your camera. So I'm going to go down here. And so I could change it to the Logic Capture, the Logic Brio, which is just one camera. It's just the software it's using, but or my OBS virtual camera or no camera at all. When you choose no camera at all, what happens is it brings up your logo. If you have a brand kit, you've got a logo. I don't know what happens if you don't have a brand kit. I would have to investigate that. But then here is your microphone. And you want to click and make sure that it is the right microphone that you want to use. I use the Yeti, so I want to make sure that the Yeti is checked, the default, but then I could use the microphone through the webcam, or there's another one that says Yeti. But I'm just going to click default. Yours are going to say whatever cameras you have access to. And then I would click record. And then I can talk over this. So, like, I can start talking in 3, 2, 1. And I don't know what I would say because I don't have my script in front of me, but I would talk through this and then I would move forward. Have you ever thought that my thumbnails just don't quite look right? Well, there are 3 things that it might just be, and we're going to go over those today. Let's take a look at this thumbnail right here because you might have a fonts problem, you might have an effects problem, and you could even have a spacing problem. Let's go over the 3 things to consider when creating a thumbnail. All right, so I did the voiceover, click done, and did the voiceover on 4 of them. That's not what it's going to be like. I've already done the voiceover for this, but save and exit. Now, what it's doing is bringing up a video file of the voice on each one of those pages. Now, here's the bad thing. It unlocked my timing now to the new timing that I did. So when I do this, I'm definitely going to want to undo everything that I've done. But if I click play here, it's going to give me the voiceover that I wanted. And what you will do is simply go to transparency at the top. It's right under the duck's beak. And you will reduce the transparency so that you cannot see the video. You cannot see the logo. Let's see if it's on the right click too. It's not. I wish that it was on the right click, but you're going to have to do that. Or, I mean, you can even, well, if you detach the video, then your voiceover would go away. So you do not want to remove it. You just want to reduce the transparency so that no one can see it. And then on each page, it saved it for me. Here it is. It saved it there. I'm trying to stop it and it won't stop. Why won't it stop? Make it stop. There we go. All right, so that's just the way you do it. And you can change the volume on your voiceover if you would rather. And you can even, there is no way to edit the sound anyway, like fade in and fade out, because technically it's a video, not an MP3. In the Canva group that I'm in, I did make mention that I wish this was an MP3 file so that we could do some different things that you can do with an MP3 file instead. But I'm not sure how far up the flagpole that's going to go. I might submit a feature request on the Canva help page because I think it would be great if this was an MP3 instead of an MP4. That way I could do a lot more with it. And I could even see the voice over file. And let me show you what I mean by that. We're going to go here to uploads and audio. So here is an audio file. And I did this voiceover in another program because, look, it gives me the audio clips here. It gives me my audio WAV file. I can see it easier. And audio effects is also there, so I can fade it in and out if I want. Let me click this. There's a little button called Zoom Page. I'm going to get rid of my banner. There's a little button here, like Zoom, Zoom. If I go and I click it so that there's little three things, I can actually enlarge the size of it so that I can see the wave file better. And I just I wish that the voiceover recording recorded MP3 so that you could look at the WAV file instead of this, because this isn't showing me a WAV file and I can't do any audio effects to it. But, you know, Canva is working on a lot of things for video, including something called element timing. So if I click this, in fact, let me just make this transparent. If I click this and I right click, there's something called show timing. And it shows exactly where the timing is on this file. And I can move it wherever I want. I can make it larger. I can do whatever I want. Before I do all of that, I'm going to undo everything I've done on this document because I should have made a copy first, because this is one that I am working on. Why does it look like that? Oh, it's because my timing's on. Let me see if I can hide timing. Okay, so now my thumbnails are a little bigger. I can see them easier. Everything is, I believe, the way I want it to be. Yeah, everything's, it's back to original. So let me just grab a blank one that doesn't matter. And again, if anybody has any comments or questions about how to use Canva or any of the features that I've showed today, just let me know in the chat. Actually, I'm just going to grab this end card. Although I've got some thoughts on end cards now, and maybe I'll share those thoughts. I think it's going to be a little controversial. But anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this, on these two, show timing. And then I can click up and it's going to show the timing of both. And I can actually change these so that they come in at a different time. So I'm going to get rid of this, delete page. So now the end card, if I make it a little bit bigger, that one would come in a little delayed. So show timing. No, I want to show all the timing for both of these. This is a new feature. I don't know if you have it yet or not. I know that they're rolling it out. You can just move these things around, and however many things you select is how many of these elements will be there. So if I selected like all of these things, watch, you see the more things that are showing up, and you can make adjustments to where things pop in. If you want your text to pop in first, or let's just move things around. You can just be really specific with it. You can even get rid of things early. So let's just get rid of this or adjust this. And now things just come in at a different pace than what's normal. or what Canva automatically puts on there. And so I think that's kind of cool. It's something that I'm definitely going to be playing around with. And I did play around with it on this. Like I've got this highlight that, that I'd put a wipe animation on. And if I show timing, I don't have it over the whole thing. I have it over part of it so that it came in a little delayed and whatever. And let's see. I think I did the same thing here. Show timing. So this one actually goes over across 2 pages. So I love it. I love this new show timing feature, and I'm definitely going to do a video on it. And now let's hide all the timing and get my thumbnails back. All right. I managed to go over most things, I think. I probably have some things that I did not cover, but that's okay. What I've got is a script. Actually, I've got this huge script for 10 features, which actually now is 12. And I'm trying to decide. And if you're still watching, let me know what I should do. Should I do one video that goes over maybe 5 minutes of each feature? That'd be a really long video. Let me calculate that. That might be too long. 5 times 12. That's an hour video. If it was 3 minutes per, 36 minutes. Should I do like a video where I'm showcasing all 12 features? I spend maybe 3 minutes on each feature. Some of them would probably take more, or some of them would take it less, but it would be 36 minutes, give or take, right? Like between 30 and 40, I imagine. Or should I do 12 shorter videos where I might spend a little bit more time with the intricacies of things? Let me know what you think in the chat. And if you're watching on replay, let me know what you think in the comments. Um, Either one is going to be a mind meld on my part. But I do have the script mainly ready for all of it, and I'm going to be recording the audio for it to see just how long what I think I want to say uh, says. I think I'm going to do that one day this coming week. Oh, someone has a question. I have Canva Pro, made a horizontal flyer, used the full page, but when I print it out, only 60% gets it, meaning it's not full screen. So I have huge white border. Why is that? So there's 2 reasons why this could be happening. I mean, there's could be other. Uh, there could be another. There could be another. But the main thing that I'm thinking is that you did a horizontal flyer. Let me search flyer. And NoBrainer, it's so great to see you. I'm actually probably not going to be on here much longer. My voice is starting to give out and my body is starting to talk to me like, girl, you got to get off the computer. But I'm going to talk about your downloading thing yesterday. There was an issue in Canva. And so I will show you where you can go to see whether Canva's having issues. It was not you, it was Canva. Let's look at flyer. I'm doing this off screen first. This is horizontal flyer would be this way. So what I need to do is, instead of this size, you are seeing live my brain in action. Preview template. I need to do 11" by 8.5". I should show you this. I should show you my brain in action. So I search flyer. I'm getting a template, but these are, oh wait, here we go. Landscape. Here's a horizontal flyer. Let's see if it's the right size, first of all. 11 by 8.5. It is the right size. So let's just grab this. It's a flyer. It's going to be a piece of paper size. We're going to just customize this template. And here it is. Now, for me, it doesn't look right, but I just don't have depth perception for sizing. But if I were to print this, in fact, I don't know if it's going to print actually. I'm going to do a PDF printing. Now, there are some things here. Crop marks and bleed. Include crop marks and bleed if you're trimming the design after printing. Flatten PDF, include notes. RGB, best for digital. We're going to change it to CMYK. That is a Canva Pro feature that you can change it. I'm going to save these downloads because I want to show you something. Up here in File, Show Margin, which you can't really see, Show Print Bleed. So if you've got an image or something on there, it will have that white space if it's not covered all the way. So if I for some reason had a picture, let's go, since it was Carlos Tacos, we're gonna type in taco. We'll grab a picture. Here we go. I'm not gonna print this one, but if I replace background, now it did actually cover the print bleed here, but sometimes it does not. Sometimes it does not. We're just going to click apply colors to page. I'm going to make it that. And so we're going to print this. I'm going to print it at home. I'm going to download this. I have changed it to CMYK since I have Canva Pro, and I'm just going to download it. And then I'm going to open it up in my Adobe. It's been a while since I've printed something, and I'm not sure. Hold up, I tell you what, we're going to pull me up first. It's been a while since I have printed something, and I want to make sure that I download. It is so great to see everybody today. Thank you for joining the live stream. I am trying to find out. It might be something that I need to research too, because this isn't something that I normally do, but I have printed things before in the past. I just want to see what's going to happen. All right, so here we go. I've got my thing, and I'm going to print it to my computer. It looks like it's going to print the whole thing. Do you see? So you might need to figure out whether maybe something's set in your, printer that doesn't have that. I'm just going to print it in grayscale so I don't use my ink, like my color ink. I'm going to see if they will print. We've recently, oh, it is. So we've recently done something with our printer and I wasn't sure if it was actually going to print. And I'm going to put on the Be Right Back screen and I'm going to play a little music. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to put on a video. And while I put on this quick video, what I want you guys to do is tell me your favorite feature in Canva. All right. Let me all right, so I printed it, right? I printed it in black and white, and there's still white edges, even though it said that it was covered. Now, the problem here in this case is that my printer is not going to print all the way to the edge here. Like, it just does not have that capability. So if I wanted to use this and I didn't want those white edges, then I would need to just trim the edge. I would need to use a paper trimmer and trim the edge, or make it a style choice with the white edges. Or if it went into a frame that was this size, then the frame would likely cover the white edges. Now, if yours is showing up smaller than this, then it might be a sizing issue where the sizing that you created wasn't correct in the in Canva. Like, you may have done the wrong size, or maybe your printer was set to scale down. But that's just what happens with printers, because the ink or the toner or whatever, it just is not going to go all the way to the edge. Now, a professional printer might have the capability to get it to cover the whole thing, but home printers, it's just not possible, even when you click that little button. All right, I'm going to star that question also so that I can see it myself. And caught the stream yesterday. I had issues downloading a video and how to remake a project design. Not sure why the download kept stuck at the last byte of download. So I'm going to show you. I am closing out some browser things. Okay. If you ever have an issue downloading projects, let me get rid of this. Go to, and I'm dropping it in the description, go to canvasstatus.com, because, and you can even subscribe to updates if you want. I don't, but it will tell you whether there is an issue within Canva. Like right now, everything says that it's operational. If I click plus, it will show that things are either operational or they're not. Yesterday, under design downloads and sharing, it had an error message. So here's what it said. Some issues may experience issues with downloading designs in all formats. Design thumbnails may fail to upload, and Download MP4 GIF designs may have duplicated pages. Adding embeds to design may fail. So they noticed it at 2:13 Australia time because Canva's in Australia. And by 5:32 Australia time on the 10th, well, this was really yesterday. I mean, like it says the 10th, but it was the 9th for me because Australia is like a day ahead. So you might see a date. And so then they just let you know what's going on. A fix has been implemented and we are monitoring the results. And then they had to monitor this one for a long time because I think that there were still issues while they were monitoring it. And then at 17:42 Australia time, this incident has been resolved. And so you can scroll down and you can see when their past reports. So not that many in November, um, but on the first they had another thing. But look, this one went really fast. At 10:03 a, I'm guessing a.m. Yeah, uh, they investigated an issue. By 10:17 it was resolved. So sometimes it takes longer than others, and sometimes it's really quick. But like this one, users may experience issues creating and editing designs. I actually had issues this day. And when I started having issues, I immediately went to this website and I'm like, oh, they're having issues. They know about it. If it's not reported, there are a couple different ways that you can report an issue. I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to go back in the stream because I shared it earlier, I think. Mm, I found it. It's this website. I have this website linked in the description, but it's canva.com/help/ a lot of weird things, get in touch /support. But if you look in the description of this live stream, it's there. And you can just select the options that you're having trouble with, including sharing a screenshot or your design that you're having trouble with. And if you are a Canva free user, I think their estimated timeline is like 7 days to get back, or it's longer. Typically, I didn't find that. I found that it was quicker than that. But with Canva Pro, they will respond very quickly if you have Canva Pro. I typically get a response within an hour, but it says 24 hours. But yeah, it's amazing how quickly they get back to you when you're having trouble. And sometimes I'll just tweet them. Oh, I did not mean to show that. Uh, sometimes, sometimes I just get on Twitter and tweet at Canva if I'm having an issue, um, because Twitter. I mean, it sometimes works to get the attention of companies, um, especially if it's like an outage where you can't even get Canva status to load. Like that's happened to me before. I've not even been able to get Canva status to a load. So I tweeted saying, "You're having a website problem, and you're having a Canva status website problem too." Yep, you are very welcome. But yeah, I just love it, and you can look at incident history too for everything. Now, what's funny is 90% of the time I find the error, and even more, I tend to find the error before Canva announces it because I'm on Canva so much, um, that I almost always can be like, "Oh, Canva status is about to get an update." Um, but That's what happens when you use it all the time. I didn't notice yesterday's because I was not here. I had a rare day out of the house and I went and so most of the time on the stream, I wear a hat. And I wear a hat because my hair is very unruly. I want to show you guys something. It's very, very funny. Um, I'm going to find it in the back end and then zoom it over or zoom it over, push it over to the monitor in front of me. Um, let's see. So I have crazy hair. Here we go. Uh, let me share the screen. So yeah, I just my hair just is like a hot mess. And I took this picture in the car because I just had an X-ray done of my belly, and so I'd sent my best friend a text like, I had the X-ray done, and this was basically a, I don't know that all's good, but I'm fine. I made it out of there in one piece. And then yesterday, I went and got my hair cut, and whenever my stylist cuts my hair, she spends a lot of time drying it and flat ironing it. That way I have a few days where my hair does not look crazy. And so that's why I do not have a hat on today because my hair does not look crazy. It is nice and flat. Um, I don't know if I can actually wear a hat for like a week because my hair is shorter than I normally have her cut it. But um, I might not even worry about it from now on. I might just let crazy hair fly. What do you think? Should I just let? I mean, you saw the crazy hair. Actually, you know what? This is crazy hair, but it actually is pretty tame compared to what it looks like sometimes. But anyway, let's move on. So essentially, what I've talked about today, and through my ramblings, are different features in Canva. And I spent a lot of time in particular at the beginning talking about the AI image background, or not AI image backgrounds. Trying to find it so I can share it again. Uh, looking at the text to image generator, looks nice and ruly now. It sure does. If I get a little bit of moisture, like if I walked outside and there was a little bit of moisture in it, it would really, I just don't have the physical stamina to flat iron it myself. But we talked about the um, the images. That one really looks creepy. I love the text to image generator, but some of them just do not look right. But they go into your uploads folder, and some of them I really, really love. Like I did this one too. Like we talked about how I think Dr. Faye and I were talking about how this would be a really great idea for food vloggers um, to be able to kind of like get ideas for how to customize a thumbnail and things like that. And I really love it. And some of them are really, really fantastic. I used the images that I used in today's stream, like this. The image in the background was AI generated. So, and then I made someone that was really fantastic. Uh, my best friend wanted to know what I was eating for dinner. And so I got into text to image and sent him. I sent him this. The green. I typed in something like hyper realistic cheesy mashed potatoes with green beans and steak, and that's what came out. And it looks so real that I think that he thought that that's actually what I was eating. Now I did have steak that day. Um, I I don't eat a whole lot of steak, but one of my health issues is that I've got low iron, so I need to make sure that I eat steak occasionally, or I have a problem, and I have to go get iron infusions. All right, so I'm going to go for actually, you know what? I wanted to try a feature. I saw a feature on YouTube, and I want to test it. So I just want to see what it says. It says start a Q&A. I don't know. Ask me questions. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to use it or not. Oh, so I'm looking at it, and there's a Q&A session. This is just a new feature in I didn't mean to remove what I removed. Um, there's a new feature, answer viewer questions live. I kind of like it, where you can put your, I think, I'm guessing you just put your questions in there. I'm not particularly sure. I actually asked Nick if he'll discuss this. I'm hoping he's going to discuss it tomorrow. I thought that I wouldn't be able to be here tomorrow, which is why I did the live stream today instead of tomorrow. Um, but it turns out I don't have to go to what I need to go to. So I'm just going to enjoy the day off. I might actually do some time stamping of some old live streams. But let me see. Oh, so I love the way this looks. I don't let me see if it actually shows up. So the problem with that is that it doesn't show up in my StreamYard comments. So that would be an issue if I was doing it on the stream. And I'm not gonna be able to show the question. So what I'm gonna do is screenshot this. I'm using my Elgato Stream Deck, link in the description if you want to check a look at that. I'm using that to screenshot. And then I'm going to go to videos tab so that I can show the question this way. I do like this idea. I just wish I could see it in, I wish I could see it in the thing. I'm going to actually end it if I can, confirm. And let's see. I'm not in StreamYard. Here we go. Have you tried the Q&A before on whatever you're doing? It just popped up for me yesterday. Let's, where did I put it? Oh, I know where I put it. I put it on the screen. Okay. Do you play around with image settings often, such as saturation? If so, any recommendations on limits to use them? I do sometimes, but to be honest, I'm going to call myself out here. I'm not a very good I'm not naturally talented. I think it really just depends on what you think looks good. So here's an image. If I go to edit image, you can find your saturation here with adjustments. And you can change things. I mean, I would not go crazy like that. Um, but you might only want to use 20 or something. But another thing that you can do is look at the filters tab. So here's a filters and go to see all. And so let's just choose like peony or let's say dalliance, edge, any of these, right? Rosy, drama. This may not be the best image, right? Um, but if I now go to adjust, look what it's done for me. It shows me the saturation limits, right? So this one actually took the saturation down instead of up. But what if I wanted it to go up? I could switch it to the 12, and I kind of like that better. So that's what, as someone that's a quote unquote non designer, right? Like, I guess in theory, I could consider myself a designer since I design thumbnails. But as someone that doesn't do a whole lot with the saturation, what I do is exactly that is I go to the filter. So let me just find a picture. And no brainer, if you have any uh, suggestions on what I can look up as a picture, then go ahead and drop it in the comments. But because Taco Carlos has been here, and I think he's still here, I'm just going to type in tacos, taco, and we'll just grab a photo. And here's the photo. And what I would do is go to filters and just try these different filters and see what I liked the best for a thumbnail style, right? Or whatever I'm doing. So I've got it on this. And now what I can do is look and see what adjustments were made. And if I wanted something extra, like what if I wanted to add a vignette, then I could do that there. And the filters just give me a starting point, which helped me as someone that wasn't educated on how to use things like that. It has just helped me tremendously to get better educated using the filters first and then making small adjustments with the adjustment tool after. Your example picture is great. Details can be lost depending on how aggressive the settings can get. I personally crank up the contrast, especially for my thumbnails. Yeah. And it also depends on someone's thumbnail style, right? Like some people may have a more, let me just pull me up. Some people may have a more muted style, right? And some people may really want to bump up their contrast. But if you're just getting started, you might have the tendency to bump too far in either direction. And that it cannot look good. But I think with that picture that I just did, let me uh, let me pull it up. So here it is, right? I'm going to duplicate it here. We're just going to put them side by side. Look, if I click this and click this, I can reset it. We can see the difference between the picture. And adding just a little bit of saturation did help, but it was more than that. I did more than that. I added the filter, so it added the brightness and the contrast. And I personally crank up the contrast. So if I added more of a contrast here, so you see, that's too much, right? I might would do 33. I don't know that I would go any further than that. I don't know if I use the autofocus feature on this image, whether it would look good for a thumbnail. But you can always try things like that. Based on your name, are you using your channel to teach language skills? Oh, that's kind of cool too, right there. You can change the blur position as well. But yeah, I'm going to cancel that out. Okay. One thing I'm not sure exists in Canva is a gradient output channel, so you can only give partial image transparency. Okay. Um, so there's not that per se, but we're going to set images backgrounds. And there is a gradient to transparency function where you can add a gradient. I'm not even seeing. What's funny is I think they've started playing around with where things are located. There it is. This one used to sit at the top. Gradient that fades to transparency. And you can actually use it to cover up part of your image and then change the color to whatever you want. Um, it doesn't always work the best. It really depends on the image you're using or whatnot. But I love figuring out. So this one is like a clear image, or it's got a white thing. And I don't know if I added a duotone to it, whether it would change the whole thing or whether it would change. Yeah. So yeah, I just look up gradient transparency and it will, you can have different options. There are a lot of options for Canva Pro. There are not as many for free. Let me see what we've got here. There are some for free as well that you could put on the bottom. And again, if there is not a color selector tool, then what you can do is go to edit image and search for duotone. While that's waiting, I'm going to take a sip of water. And change the color like that. And if a color that you don't want isn't there, you can click it again and change to the color that you want. So that one's highlight. You can even change a shadow too to make it look a little differently. You can change the intensity. You can click apply. It's waiting. But yeah, essentially a color mask. It is very, 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 very helpful. So, and this one is called Blue Shades Linear Gradient, and it's also free to where you can change the colors. So very useful. The only thing is that the I don't think this filter thing. I think that this is oh, we've got tips coming in the house. I have uh I have shared information about Pixabay, but let's go look at that because I love tips. That's it. If you guys ever have a tip that you think that I need to know, I I will share them. All right. So we're gonna go. One of the things that they fixed or they didn't fix, oh, I need to get rid of me for something. I need to get rid of this comment. Okay, that helped. One of the things that they did recently, like I just noticed it yesterday, is they're in the process of changing the word more to apps, which is really, really helpful. So we're going to go to apps and down here at the bottom for the free users, if you, it's probably the same with Pexels too. Pexels and Pixabay are free images. So we're going to go to Pixabay and search for flat. And then there are a lot of different icons there that can be used that don't have a background like this. Now, I think, let me see, PNG also works. There's not as many, I don't think, but PNG also works. I wonder if we typed in SVG. No, SVG was not there. I wonder what other, I don't think if I typed in without background, no. 3D, 3T, 3D. I am not a cat. Where's your cat popping out of a box icon? I missed that. Or did you do it and I not see it? Gosh, you guys are killing it today with the comments. I love this so much. Vera with ramen noodles is fantastic. I wonder if there's some ramen noodles. Look, so there's one without a background. So there are ways to find free images. Oh, so let's go to Pexels. See if flat also. That's bringing up, so in mine, it's bringing up more like the English word for the use flats, right? There we go. I'm going to show this to see what you see, what I see. Let's type in PNG. Yeah, no, it's not going to bring up as many. But yeah, I just, PNG is usually what I share, but let's see, untitled. Let's see if clipping works. One thing that I like to do that you guys may not know about is I like to clip or I like to get the three dots and then look at different words and see if those words to let me see what I am not a cat really said because sometimes things don't show up in StreamYard correctly. Oh, there's, did I make it yesterday? Pexel is very literal and uses only the last word to string. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, see these little icons, right? That I am not a cat is showing. Let me well you guys can see them. You're in chat. I can't see them in StreamYard. I only see the text. See, that's what I see in StreamYard, but I've got the YouTube icon or YouTube thing open so I can switch back to see what it is. Okay. So I'm not a cat wants to know, did you make it yesterday? Hmm. Uh, I'm not sure if you're talking about yesterday when I went to go get my haircut. Let me pull me up. When I went to go get my haircut, or if you're talking about Tuesday when I went to the hospital to get the x-ray. But the answer to both is yes, I made it through just fine. If you're talking about the hurricane, I'm not in a hurricane zone yet. It's still in Florida. So that may not get here until Friday uh, or till tomorrow, which is another good reason why I'm not live streaming tomorrow. Because if I were and we were having a lot of rain, I would have a lot of internet connection issues. Um, and I'm not going to the wedding tomorrow after all because my best friend's letting me out of it because on Saturday I have to go to a memorial service. Well, I don't have to go. I want to go to a memorial celebration service for my friend that died. So he didn't want me to have to do two big things back to back, especially since I physically have done a lot this week in terms of I went to the hospital to get the x-ray on my belly. And then yesterday I drove 3 hours both way, like 3 hours, right? Oh, during next, you had to run. Oh, did I make it? I made it. During Nick's stream yesterday, I really needed to go to the bathroom. And and I was afraid he was going to answer my question while, while I was waiting. And what's funny is I almost got up to go, and then he called my name out, or he called what I'd said out. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go. But yes, I made it there. And then I made it to my appointment late because I was so distracted with Nick's live stream that I didn't realize what time it was. So I made it late. There were lots of issues on the way, including this is so off topic. Oh, no, I am not a cat. I legit ran. Like I went like this and I took off. Like it was, yeah. Uh, but yesterday when I was on my way to go get my hair fixed, um, there was a vehicle in front of me and it had a trailer on the back, and two or three of this guy's trailers blew while he was traveling. And so I had a moment. I had a very, very big like panic attack moment. But I made it. I was fine. The guy that was driving the vehicle, he was fine. He made it off the side of the road safely. I made it to my appointment late, but everyone was understanding and we're good to go. Now, I know that Pixabay has option for graphic designs on their main website. Yeah. So one thing I love to do when I used a free only account is go to those Pixabay and Pexel's website, and so let's just search flat here and see what happens. Wait, I feel like I'm missing something. So there's images. Look, and here, vector graphics. Here, you got illustrations. You got even have videos. that you can download. You got GIFs, which there's no GIFs there. You can even choose things like size or orientation or anything like that. Now, let's type in PNG. I keep hearing my phone buzzing. So here, PNG, there's 1,300 images of PNG. I don't know that there's that many directly in Canva, but let's say this cauliflower right here. I need to make a note in my private chat about something. Um, See, I heard something about you being able to, in Pixabay, being able to pull it up into Canva. Oh, look. So go to free download. You can actually click retouch with Canva. I kind of want to, I want to have this for a second. Retouch with Canva. Transferring you to Canva. I wasn't sure what it would show on the page, so I want to make sure that. Okay. All right. So now it just opened it up into a design. And so now I could use this, right? Into another design. And if I wanted to, what I could do is go Pixabay cauliflower without background. That's one way. The other way would be to add, add a tag. I'm going to give you guys a quick, I'm going to give myself a quick break. Give me a second. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show something that I showed last time. It's like 25 seconds long. Thanking some people that gave me a super sticker and a super chat, or a super thanks and a super chat. I loved it and I wanted to thank them for it. I'm going to show that real quick. And I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I heard my phone buzzing a lot and I was worried. All right, so now what I could do is use this cauliflower image in something else. So let's say that I was going to create a social media thing where I'm featuring cauliflower. And I've got a free account, which is why I didn't just resize it. So let's wait for my internet to go crazy. Why don't I just pull me up while it's thinking in the background? And I'm going to look at some comments while it's still patiently waiting. Nick's stream is particularly good about setting up your description. I'm forcing YouTube to get as many keywords, but I should rework all of that. Yeah, I definitely need to. Why is it taking so long? I definitely need to work on my descriptions and the way I set things up. But once you get it the way you like it, then you can sort of copy and paste the style into other ones in the back end. Okay, let's see here. Assisted to use them for years until I got insured that they are actually royalty free. Yeah. No, I the 3 websites that I trust, um, are Pixabay, Haxels, and Unsplash. Those are the 3 that I would go to when I didn't have a Canva Pro page or Canva Pro account. There might be some more, but those are the main 3 that I used. And then, yeah, I one thing about me is that I'm a very cautious and anxious driver, which can make for it it can make for a stressful drive, but what it also means is that I'm pretty hyper aware. So I saw this truck and the trailer he was hauling behind, and I immediately got anxious because I was afraid something was going to fall off the trailer. So I left myself a lot of distance. So because I did that, I didn't get hit by the tires. Um, and then because I was kind of the way I was, actually, the people behind me were the same way. There were some people that were going around us like crazy maniacs. And they were actually the ones I was more worried about because someone just happened to be going around us when the tires blew. Um, Fortunately, nothing hit anybody. Everyone was safe, but it still was scary. Does Canva work with a wide range of photo formats, or is it more limited? Um, if you're talking about what uploaded, let's see here. I'm looking to see where I'm trying to remember the exact phrase that I need to use. Um, Uploading images, uploading formats and requirements. I'm getting a screenshot. I'm screenshotting on the back end so that I can blow it up a little bit for you. And I don't have the exact article where I would find that. All right. So the formats. It can yes, you can upload SVGs, but there are requirements. And you can upload JPEG, PNG, HE, IC, HEIF, web P images. And again, there are sizing formats for that too. Um, and then it gives recommendations. So let me show you what I looked up. I'm trying to figure out how to get me. There we go. So over here on the left-hand side, there is a question mark at the very bottom, help. And if you type in upload, so I typed in upload requirements, and down here, upload formats and requirements, it will give you everything that your requirements are. Uh, Canva free users can upload up to 5 gig. Canva Education and Canva Nonprofit can upload up to 100 gig. Canva Pro and Canva for Teams have 1 terabyte storage. And then it gives the information about sizing. So it needs to be under 25 megabytes in size, not more than 100 million total pixels. And then WebP, only static images are supported. And then for SVGs, it's got to be under 3 meg in size, between 150 to 200 pixels wide, and saved with an SVG profile of SVG 1.1. And then it's got more information about things for SVG. Now, you can also download SVG files as long as you have Canva Pro. SVG is a Canva Pro feature. So you can download SVGs if you're using Canva Pro. Hopefully that answered your question. And I'm going to take a quick look at the comments before I head out. This was much longer than I anticipated being on today, but my voice is holding out okay. And you guys were here. I had to stick around. All right. I'm reading. I jerked the wheel, swerved into the other lane, tires missed me, and hit the vehicle behind me. Very dramatic. Things broke, but people were okay. Yeah, so I managed to not even need to swerve. I just slowed down gradually and then let things happen. And then I was able to move. Um, but yeah, let's see here. I should explore their SVG recommendations and start making mine. Oh, and day, one day. I see what you mean. That question mark function. So sometimes I'll get questions in the comments, and that's exactly how I find the answers because my brain can't always remember them. So, yeah, now I've got to figure out what I'm going to save for my whiteboard function because you guys were killing it in chat today. I love it. Um, I'm guessing that I'm going to see you guys maybe. Nick does his live streams tomorrow. Typically, I feel like typically they're around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Um, and since I don't have to get ready to go to a wedding that I know of, now I told my best friend if he changes his mind and he needs me to go with him, just to let me know. But I need to know with enough time that I can find my dress shoes because typically I'm either barefooted or in tennis shoes. And I don't think that tennis shoes and weddings go hand in hand. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to end the broadcast, but I have a favor. And the favor is be patient with me while I look at something on my on my phone because I want to tell you when the next stream is. Okay. So next week I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, so that should not interfere with the stream. So I'll either stream Thursday or Friday. It just depends on what pops up because I tend to have things popped up, especially if my when I go to the doctor, he may decide that he wants me to go get a CT scan. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to. It's a lot. I have medical PTSD, so just the thought of it makes me nervous. Um, I'm hoping that he'll say, "No, things are fine. I'll see you next year." That's the hope. Otherwise, it will be, "Yeah, we need to take a deeper look." But what you're going to want to stick around for, or what you're going to want to look at, and I'm going to the channel, going to the back end of my channel to make sure. And I'm pretty sure that you guys are subscribed, but if if you're not, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to remember where to look. Oh, by the way, I shared with you about the more being changed to apps. I've got a lot of videos coming out that I've already filmed where it was still more, and so I may refer to it as more, but it's the app function instead of more. I'm going to probably pin a comment with that information on each one of them. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm actually just going to show you the back end here of this video so you can see what's coming out. All right, so on the 14th, so Monday, there's going to be a short little video about a Canva feature that you need, like you need to know about this feature for video. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do a short little video called 4 Tricks to Make Your Thumbnail Words Look Better. Right? So that's a good one. I'm not going to premiere either one of those videos because they are both short. One of them is under 1 minute and one of them is under 3 minutes. And there's no need to have a countdown timer for 2 minutes on a video that's 3 minutes long or 1 minute long. So I'm just going to let them schedule, but make sure you have your notification bell on so you do not miss them because they are packed with information. And then the following week, I'll do I'll only have one video that week because it's Thanksgiving. And it's how to change colors of a photo element that doesn't have one of those little color icons. And then I'm going to talk more about Canva websites. It's just a quick video, like under a minute long. And then this one is designing color gradients in Canva. And I can't remember if this one is one that I actually filmed or if it's a snippet of an old one. I'm not sure. But either way, it's a good one. So I've got all of November scheduled. So you got videos on Monday, you got videos on Wednesday, except for the day before Thanksgiving. I will live stream and I will keep the community post. I will keep the community tab updated on when, damn, I can't find my mouse, on when I will actually live stream. I try to schedule it the day before I go live. That way you all have plenty of notice. But you should get a notification, especially if you hit the little reminder button 30 minutes before and right as I go live, especially if I go live a little bit earlier. Love and learning. It's 12 o'clock at night at my place. I have to go to sleep. Bye. Well, it's 1:30 p.m. here. I'm normally not on this late. We've been going 3 hours and I still have a voice. I might even have enough voice to call one of my best friends. If you're watching this on the replay, then what you're going to get is a suggestion on what you should watch next. And one of the options is going to be something that YouTube recommends that you watch. Best for viewer. And the other is something that I handpicked personally. So I want you to tell me in the comments whether you chose left or right. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hang out in the chat. I'll keep chatting.